don't have to. That isn't true, but it got your attention. It's great to be back. Yeah, I've been on vacation recently. I've been on vacation recently. I took a time machine and told a joke to my future self. He said, "It's great, but I've heard it before." I was literally beside myself. I got to meet my future daughter, whom I strategically named Mind Your Own Damn Business. Hey, baby, you got a name? I don't care what you say. That is top-notch parenting. Completely, loosely connected to that is this completely unrelated thing I'm about to say. You see, obesity is an enormous problem. I stepped onto my electronic scale this morning after stripping off all of my pajamas, of course, which is a pleasant visual, you're very welcome, and knew right away that I was in trouble, because it is the first time in my entire life that I have ever weighed. Get off. With bold letters and an exclamation point. So, proactive in nature as I am, I grabbed my car keys and headed to the grocery store to look for some reduced fat watermelon. Unfortunately, before I had the chance, the security guard stopped me and said, "Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. But feel free to come back when you actually have some clothes on." Needless to say, it was a pretty long morning. I really should lose weight though, because I want to live a healthy life. But a large part of that is just exercising caution. For example, you really need to be careful when walking barefoot on concrete. I recently met a guy who stubbed his toe so hard that he was paralyzed from the sole of his foot down. It's really sad. It was nice to meet him though. You know, I love meeting people. I have a variety of friends. Some of my friends are type A personality, and some of my friends are type B personality. And then there's the dyslexic guy who can't really tell which one he is. He's very talkative though. He tells people far more than they ever want to know. And his name is Tim. But because of his dyslexia, he spells it T-M-I, which is perfect. I really do like meeting people. I was talking to a young Christian guy who told me he often wishes he could foresee God's plan for him. I said, I know. I mean, as a young Jewish male, I want that too. It's just, I lack the foreskin. Sight! I lack the foresight to do so. I was talking to this other guy who's about my age, but far more successful. So I said to him, how did you do it? How did you get so far, so fast? He said, here's the key. I treated my education like it was my job. I said, wow, I could give it a shot. I'm just not sure that showing up late, avoiding my responsibilities, and saying offensive things to my peers will get me a degree. It's counterintuitive, but the formula works. I bought a brand new welcome mat for my front door. It's custom made to keep idiots out of my house. It goes from one doorpost all the way to the other doorpost. And it says, please step around. It works beautifully. The only downside is that I can't figure out how to get into my house. Someone suggested that I move it, but then the idiots could go in with me. Now, it took me a while to formulate that joke, which is pretty common, because before I say jokes on stage, I like to test them out on friends, but I never preface them. I just throw them into the conversation. And my friends usually say, dude, are you being serious or just joking around? Which is a really hard question to answer when you're seriously joking around. For example, my friend was telling me about his trip to London, so I said, never say tomato like a British person. That's my motto. I'm aware that's very childish, but for those of you who don't know, I actually work with children, which I love because it's low stress and high pay. Bullshit. I've already accepted the fact that most of my students are going to end up in prison, but I do my best regardless. I've been complaining to the administrators that our playground is not fenced in. I get really nervous when the kids start running out into the field, because if any of them ever got kidnapped, I would feel horrible for the kidnapper. And there he goes, thinking he's gonna have a great night, before he realizes his entire world is turned upside down. For those of you who think I went a little too far there, though I didn't, it's pretty much the plot to Dennis the Menace. Child-friendly joke. I enjoy writing in my spare time. Currently working on a novel in which I've created the ideal relationship. It's the heartwarming tale of a lonely hermaphrodite who finds love and companionship after meeting a bisexual. As I'm sure you can guess, it has a very happy ending. Since I'm such a giver, I'm going to leave you with some good news. My uncle and I never got along. But he called me recently and said when he passes away, he's leaving me a large sum of money. Now the reason I never liked him was because I thought he didn't care about me. But now that he told me that, I wish he was dead. I would never say that to him because I have a heart of gold, and I know if I did, I wouldn't get a dime. I am Jordan Grubik. Don't you forget it.